What's good, y'all? Welcome to another video. And today we will be talking about why it's so important to pick the right woman to spend your life with. Jada Pinkett Smith, what are you doing? Oh my God. Now, if y'all haven't seen already, Jada Pinkett Smith is on, really, I consider a smear campaign as far as her downing her quote-unquote husband, Will Smith, and bigging up her quote-unquote fling back in the day with Tupac. Now, it's really crazy when you think about it, but her book that she's on this press run for, the thing that's getting the most attention is something that's happened over 30 years ago. Nothing to do with her kids, nothing to do with her husband over these years, but everything to do with someone before her husband was even part of the picture. And that's kind of crazy. That's a warning sign that you really should look for, right? But before we even get into that, this is why that famous quote, hurt people, is so relevant, especially in this situation. Now think about it. Y'all may or may not know, Will Smith was fresh out of a divorce with his previous wife before he got linked up with Jada Pinkett Smith, right? And Jada Pinkett Smith was freshly dealing with her quote-unquote feelings of Tupac and what that really meant to her. So these two people come together and they start to get involved with each other. And in reality, Jada Pinkett Smith, her head wasn't there. She had someone else that she truly desired and loved. And Will Smith really wasn't there because he didn't heal completely from his last relationship. Now, Jada has also been on record saying that her mother really wanted her to get married with Will Smith because she knew he was the right guy for her. Meaning he was going to take care of her, meaning he had good money, meaning he really was into her, and it was just going to work better in her benefit, or best for her benefit, which was true to a degree. But Will really didn't have nobody coaching him as far as Jada goes. That's just my opinion. Because if he did, they would have told him, be easy, relax, give it some time. She may not be ready at this moment in time. I think he just jumped into it because it was somebody that he desired, he liked, and he wanted to get serious with her. Now look at what we got here. Jada's on record saying that we haven't even been together for the past years. We haven't even considered calling each other husband and wife for years. This is coming after the slap of Chris Rock from Will Smith. So you mean to tell me the man lost his cool and put his whole career on the line after someone disrespected you, his wife at the time, and when he came back to sit down, you looked at him crazy like, you haven't called me your wife before in a long time. Well, I didn't even think we were together. But we're going to leave as husband and wife. We didn't come in as husband and wife. We're going to leave as husband and wife because I see that you're going through something. Like, y'all, make it make sense. Please, make it make sense. Jada is she's a very terrible person to be with. I mean, there's no other way to put it. For the young men who might be watching this, even for the older men, I'm sure they'll be able to agree with me. But that is the woman that you stay very far from. If you deal with her, you might deal with her. It might be a quick fling. It might be a little something here and there. But you never take a woman like this serious, that got this much baggage, that sees things from this point of view and this perspective. I don't know if she's going through something. I don't know if she has some type of illness. I don't know what that is, because her mind, it just doesn't seem like it's in the right place right now. And truth be told, I believe Will Smith's mind is not in the right place neither. So before I even go crazier on her, I got to come at Will Smith as well. Now, the people who are watching this video, if you're a man, you know, when a woman is acting out of line and she's supposed to be your woman, it's something that you're most likely not doing. Now, that might be biased or people might look at that as sexist, but it's realistic. Why? Because women naturally follow their man's lead. If their man is leading them in the right direction, she's going to follow suit. If she acts out of line and she does some crazy stuff and he checks her for it, usually she won't do it again. But if she does, the man is supposed to respectfully walk out. Like, okay, You don't want to follow my lead? You want to do your own thing? Perfect. Let me remove myself from this relationship and do my own thing. Right? Usually, women who are really deeply into their man and have a lot of respect for their man, they're not going to put him in a position to make that decision because they value his opinion and they value his love towards them. So this goes to show you that Jada really never valued him. She never really respected him like she should as a wife or as he did her, right? But why? You have to ask yourself why. I seen a clip of Will Smith getting a massage from a man saying only real men know what men want. And his wife was right there. And the face that she gave when he said that looked as if like, yeah, this man, I don't know if Will Smith plays for both teams, but I would not be surprised. But that could be something else that has always been in the back of her mind. Like, I dealt with Tupac. The street is the street guys. And now I'm dealing with this guy, and he's super soft, and he's super feminine, things of that nature. When men are super feminine, it naturally makes the woman become more masculine. You can't have a super feminine man and expect him to be the leader in the relationship. The woman is going to look at that and be like, why is he acting like that? Let me wear the pants now. And that's what it seems like is happening with their whole situation, with their whole relationship. Now, when Will Smith got up and slapped Chris Rock, that was almost like him finally grabbing his balls like, yo, nah, I'm the man. Let me protect my woman. But it's really like too little, too late, because your wife has already had this conception about you this whole time. And I'm sure in the times that she had it the most, you just proved her point. You didn't really make her look at you differently like, damn, no, that's really my man. Like, that's because, like, just look at the track record. Look at their history together. And Jada hasn't done nearly enough to be on the same level as Will Smith if we're talking about success. But somehow her name is mentioned way more than him, and she has direct influence on the perception that he has to the people, which is flawed right now. Everybody's looking at Will Smith like, what's wrong with you? What are you doing? What are you not saying? What are you not telling us? It almost seems as though Will Smith has done something behind closed doors, and she's just like, you know what? I'm going to make you pay for that. I'm going to make you pay for that. That's what it looks like, because it's really crazy. You don't ever see things like this happen with couples, especially couples who've been married for over 10 plus years, 15, whatever. So some people may say, well, yeah, they had an open relationship at one point. And even if that's the case, if your woman does not respect you as a man, the relationship will be flawed. The relationship can never run smoothly, ever. And I personally believe Jada does not have any respect left for Will. She might appreciate him because he gave her kids, and she might, value just his lust for her to a degree because they just dealt with each other for so long, but she does not respect that man. And it's very unfortunate because he's making himself look horrible. And this is also taking a toll on his career, because you can't just slap another comedian that's super famous on a stage and a platform that's huge where it's super televised and everybody can see, and just act as if it was nothing. Like, yeah, I was just defending my woman, when your woman ain't even defending you. Make it make sense, y'all. So this is why, as a man, you have to be on point. You have to know what your woman values, what she doesn't value. And you have to be able to put your foot down and say, I'm cool with this. I'm not cool with this. You can do this, but when you do that, it makes me feel this way. And if you don't mention or speak on that with your significant other, she's going to walk all over you. Because remember, a woman can only follow a man's lead when he has direction. If that man doesn't have any direction, he's leading you off a cliff. A woman gonna look at him like, yeah, go ahead, jump. I ain't jumping with you. You see what I'm saying? So you really got to look at this from a perspective of, Will, you lost your woman. Somewhere down the line, you lost her. And I personally do blame you more than I blame her. I think she was still flawed even coming into this. I think they were both flawed. But as a man, You're supposed to know these things. As a man, you're supposed to say, I'm not going to tolerate this. I'm not going to settle this. She's talking about poems that she wrote for Tupac since he's passed away. Her daughter's mentioning the things like, yeah, I see mommy poems and things that she's mentioned to Tupac. Like, it's so crazy. You would believe that that was the man she was initially married to, the way she talks about him. She doesn't even talk that way about her husband of over 10 plus years, decades. So I gotta blame Will for this. And again, I know it's a sensitive topic just because we really don't know at this moment in time what they're both going through. But I do believe they're both going through something that is just beyond our comprehension possibly. But Will, you really are screwing up. And it's at a time now where you have to say something and stand up for yourself. You have to, bro. And standing up for yourself is really saying, you know what? We've tried over these years, and I just don't think we really need to be together anymore. Because she's showing you that this relationship that y'all had, this clout that you gave her, this situation that y'all have had this whole time, really doesn't mean much to her. What meant more to her was her interactions with Pop before you was even around, and while you were around for a short period of time, you know? And it's really sad because there's a lot of men in these positions that don't have a platform, that aren't famous, that don't have clout, that just go through these things and they wonder why their woman is acting the way they do. I'm here to tell you that's you. I'm here to tell you that because you don't respect yourself enough to stand up for yourself, she don't respect you neither. And when a woman don't respect you, she's gonna do whatever she wants. She done slept with August Alsina in their house and then mention it as an entanglement. You seen what Will Smith's face looked like at that table? You see what I'm saying? Like, you could hide it, you could try to fake it, you could try to act like it doesn't bother you, but we all know, man, we all see it. And it looks terrible. It looks horrible. And for Jada, like, it's crazy, man. For Jada, like, I really can't even have respect for her to a degree, because for you to put your man out on Front Street like that and just be so disconnected, be so just cold-hearted. When your husband he tried to stand up and be hard for you. He tried. And you said, no, he wasn't together then. I don't know why he did that. Like, yo, it's really crazy. And again, for her, I would recommend a man, you don't go for those women, man. You don't. You can't. They will make you look crazy. And this is why you need to vet your women. And vice versa for women. You have to vet your man. The only problem is Jada knew that she never wanted him. Her mom really made her, or I can't say made her, but persuaded her and just really drilled it in her head. This is the guy for you. You need to get with this man. And she didn't want to. She even said she cried on her wedding day because she didn't want to go along with it. Like, what does that tell you? And Will Smith still here smiling like, hey, that's my wife. That's my baby. Like, is she though? Is she though? It's a sad situation. But again, hurt people hurt people. That's the moral of this story. And if y'all are in a situation like this, y'all gotta put your foot down. Man, woman, you gotta put your foot down, because this is just disrespectful. This is dirty. This is nasty. This is ugly. And for you to be that famous, for you to have that much money, and be that recognizing, be that polarizing as a artist, as a celebrity, I should say, like, and your significant other do you like this, it's really sad. And that's why I wrote a book, not necessarily about this topic, but about the inner dynamics of dating, which is called Uncomfortable Truths. I will put the link in the description so y'all can definitely check that out. But again, it's really about these type of things. Learning who you're dealing with. Why are you dealing with them? Is it something that you're missing within yourself, or is it something that you're trying to cope with? Or do you really value this person? You have to really ask yourself these questions, because when you take a leap of faith and deal with somebody and say you're going to be with that person for long periods of time, you have to know who you're dealing with. You have to know what to expect. Now, of course, we can't predict the future. We don't ever know what to expect, but we have to know what direction we're heading. If you're not heading in the right direction that you want to be in, leave. Get out of there. You can't stick around. And that's just what it is. If y'all agree, let me know. Get in the comment section. Tell me what you think about this situation. It's crazy. Like, I feel drained from this situation, and I'm not even a part of the relationship. It's crazy. Just to see it, it's like, it's sad. I can't even lie to y'all. But y'all let me know what y'all think. If y'all rock with this video, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share it. And yeah, man, this is a crazy situation. If you're going through it, make sure you take a step for yourself and get out of that situation. I'm out of here. Peace.